Well, welcome. All right, we're live now, and thank you for joining me like first thing here. I'm excited to be here, and I'm play some Christmas music for you. I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody out there. And what we're really doing here, this is just a little mini concert that I wanted to put on for our studio to say thank you to our wonderful students and families, all the hard work that you've done. This semester, also throughout 2020. It's been a weird year in many, many ways, but you guys have done some amazing things, and so I just wanted to say thank you for you all. Also, we have just a fun time interacting with this. I get to interact with so many of our students on just a one-on-one basis every single week, but I never get to interact with you all at the same time, and of course tell jokes. That's what I do, right? No, but if you're part of our studio, you know that I always start off the videos with a joke, and they're sometimes good and sometimes they're really really bad. And so you can let me know what your favorite one has been this semester, maybe in the comments. And so I do want to use the chat. So if you're on like a computer, you'll have the video, and then on the side there'll be a little section for live chat. And I'll actually put something up there. So if you're here and you're joining us tonight, we want to have some conversation. We want to get to know each other a little bit. I want to do a Ask Me Anything section after I play for you a song here. So you can of course chat with me in that one. Feel free to text me. Well, actually, or text me or leave a comment on Facebook or on what's the other one? Email. That's the other thing. Actually, I should probably open my email if I should do that. But anyways, we want to start playing here. So this is a fun song. I arranged it recently. It's called "What Child Is This?" You probably know it, right? That's the cool thing on this one. But is that we know all the music going into it. But Christmas music is one of those things. It's those melodies that we know time and time again, and yet we hear them in new ways hopefully every single year, unless you're listening to the same radio station every year and it's just the same music every year. But there's always new arrangements coming out, and so I still enjoy hearing those new arrangements, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyways, this is my arrangement. What child is this? By the way, I'm all alone here, so there's nobody else on the Zoom call with me or anything. But I did manage to bring in a saxophone player. Well, not quite. I recorded it myself. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. And so if you're just joining us, welcome. We're going to be playing, I'm going to be playing What Child Is This? Is a little arrangement that I did on my keyboard, saxophone, piano, and drums. Oh, and bass. Here we go. There we go. Wonderful. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun putting it together. I want to bring it back to our mission at M3 Creative Academy. Our mission is to help students and families have fun, enjoy making music. That's really what it's about. You can talk about music education because there are so many different benefits to it that are outside of music. I know all of our educators out there, they talk about test scores, the public school educators at least, and how they raise test scores if you have students in music. And that is true. It helps with math abilities because it's called spatial temporal reasoning. And that is so true as well. But really, that's actually not the point of music. The point of music is beauty. It's something that is enjoyable and wonderful to play. So I want to get to this ask me anything time right now. And so, I mean, literally anything. You can ask me about music. As long as you don't ask me what a German six chord is, I actually don't know what that is anymore. That was back in college and I forgot. So sorry. Don't ask me that one. But anything else, you can ask me anything about my experience as a musician. When I was a student, I'd love to tell stories. You probably know I like to tell stories. You can ask me, of course, for hair tips, hair care tips, because I have this wonderful head of hair on my head. Let me know. Just leave them in the comments or email me. Let me actually open up my email so that way I have that in front of me as well here. And I'd love to have some conversation with you all tonight. I'm going to play one more song at the end here. And so that way oops, where'd it go? That way we will finish with the song as well. Have a little bit more fun here. So, anyways, while you're kind of thinking of some questions here, I thought I would talk about a couple more things here. Um, as a music teacher, there's a lot of things I do. And obviously, the main thing is teaching music. But, really what it comes down to is coaching your kids on how to make music and to get better at what they do. And, we as musicians, we inevitably we fail at some point. Either it's just a tiny error, where we may play one wrong note, or we just completely bomb and fall flat on our face in front of everybody. And we always come away with this thought: what did we first go to? I can't do it. And so that's what we call a defeating thought. And so I want to help our students kind of push past that sometimes, because the thing is, we look at a situation like that and we want to come out of it saying, what went wrong and how can I get better? How can I improve? And so, as music teachers at M3 Creative Academy, that's what we want to coach your kids in doing. And there's a lot to this. I was talking about music education. The point of it is to enjoy making music and to make it enjoyable music. But what we want to do is also realize that there's more involved than you might think. Our goal is not to make professional musicians. Our goal is to help your kids succeed in music and in life. And really they go hand in hand. If your focus is on music, you're going to succeed better in life. That's why, test scores and things go up. Anyways, uh, what we want to do with that, of course, is help our kids understand and realize and come to that point where they realize, yeah, I can do hard things. And music is great for that because it gives you so many opportunities to do hard things. Let's face it, there's always something that is more challenging out there. There's always something that is a little bit more out of the reach, just so you know. Anyways, that's what we want to kind of work with on this. So I do have some questions in here now. So my first question here, what does your sweater say? Okay, so this is actually my favorite ugly Christmas sweater ever. It's why I had to wear it tonight. And it's actually very musical too. So it's right across the top where it says Tuki 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 Tuki. And so this is actually from a Venezuelan Christmas song that if you listen to like Spanish radio, even here in the States, you probably will hear this. It's about the donkey going to Bethlehem. And so that's the fun thing on that one. And then the chorus, it's not really the chorus, but like the bridge or something like that. The donkey makes the sound tuki 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 tu, and it's just a really fun song. I don't have the music anywhere handy by, so otherwise I'd sing it for you. But it's a great one. So look it up. It's called Burrito Sabanero. And if you're just an English speaker, you're thinking, wait, a burrito? Yes, that's a little burro, like a donkey. Okay. So wonderful. Let's see. Great. Thanks so much, Gorez, on that one. Again, if you have more questions, I'd love to answer them. Ask me anything here. Tressers, was that Dave Brubeck or Take Five? Um, that child should take five. I like that. So you're right. What child is this? Dave Brubeck. You're right. I did have kind of a Dave Brubeck feel, didn't it? Except it was in a well, it was a fast 3/4 time, not 5/8. But good point on that one. Yeah, I like that you're right. He's actually one of my favorite musicians out there. He's probably been one of my biggest inspirations for jazz over the years as well. And so I've always I have several of his albums. I listen to his stuff a lot. In fact, he actually his last album that he did, it was just a studio album, and he actually did a version of Jingle Bells. It was only, I want to say it was about a year or two before he died. And he died about 10 years ago too. So he would have been 100 this year, I believe. But yeah, wonderful. I love Dave Brubeck. Okay, I do have some email questions coming in here. So I have, what is your favorite Christmas song? Oh, that's a good question. Well, actually, Burrito Sabanero is not my favorite one, but I do have good memories of it. I did it at my church. This is a while ago, and what we did, probably my favorite Christmas song. Hmm. I think if I had to pick one, it would probably be probably Rudolph. I don't know. It probably changes every year. That's the kind of the funny thing, because we go over these songs so many years in a row, and so we want to do uh, different arrangements of them, and so I'll kind of cycle through different ones, and make my own sometimes and things like that. So that's the cool thing on that. But yeah, I think this year maybe it's Rudolph. I actually had an opportunity this past weekend, and there was an event near where we live. Is all social distancing and masks and everything, but I got to play some piano for that one, and so I got to actually play Rudolph in public. I don't think I'd ever gotten to do that on piano, but it was pretty fun. So yeah, thanks for the question on that one. Okay, so I have another email one. It says, question for concert. How do you keep your kids motivated during COVID? Hold on, I gotta extend my screen here a little bit. Oops. When everything is remote and motivation is low. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Michelle. Great question on that one. So, you know, well, first of all, we've been virtual and doing this remotely since before COVID. So what we were continuing to do didn't actually change. What did change was the world around our students, and it was kind of one of the things I remember noticing this, like March or April, or maybe I guess it was probably April, is all of a sudden, even my like youngest students were experts on Zoom. They knew how to do everything and how to goof around on Zoom as well. Where, as you know, a month before, they didn't know anything about all the buttons. So all of a sudden, they became experts and they could goof around. So um, I think I do a couple things. We all do at M3. We do a couple things. We first of all, we keep our lessons short. Our check-in time is 20 minutes, and we take care of the stuff that we would do in person normally, minus a couple things. We don't spend our time coaching or teaching some skills during that time. And then after that, we'll go and the teachers, we go and we make these practice videos, so that the students and the families can do it on their own time, at a time that's good for them to practice and sit down and to break out the piano and stuff like that, or guitar too. We have guitar students as well. And so it's I think keeping it short is vital for what we're doing right now. I think that's going to be something about this virtual learning environment as well, is it has to be something that is doable. One of the things that I felt going into this, because doing having started virtual lessons in our whole system before COVID, we got the luxury of thinking through this a little bit more. And I'll be honest with you, the first virtual lesson I did, it was kind of it was a request of a parent, and it did not really go that well. And it wasn't the kid's fault. I mean, there's some things happening in their life and all at the time, and it's why they needed to do it remotely. But then we wanted to just make sure we got the lesson in there, and so we sat in front of the screen with each kid for half an hour. It was actually a really long time for me, let alone the kids. And so I thought, you know what, it needs to be different than that. I think we can still learn just as much, especially doing 20 minutes is actually more focused. And then with the practice videos, we can coach them all throughout the week. And so that I think has kept them motivated. We've done different things like our virtual recitals. You know, again, our one in the spring, that was actually planned before COVID. And it turned out amazingly great. I had some great comments. One of the parents, she actually said that it meant so much to her kids being able to spend those 2 weeks going on every day and watching all the students' performances. And so that kept them motivated. I think with our costume one in October, same thing. They got to go on for, did we do it for 2 weeks? 2 weeks, I think it was. Yeah, and watch all the performers, and then we had our live event here, just like we're doing right now, but it was a little more involved. And so it was just a great time to make music and enjoy music and celebrate our kids' accomplishments. So yeah, great question. Um, and so I guess one more thought on that. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and was talking a bit about this company that during COVID, because everyone's working remotely, they actually deliberately shortened their workday and their work week. And so they're, instead of doing 40 hours, they're doing 30 hours now. And the guy who does the podcast, he's the CEO, and he says, you know what? It's that we're actually more productive because of it. When we shortened it like that, all of a sudden we had to focus more, and because it was shorter, we could focus more. And so that's I think a lot of what kept us motivated. I know with the way school is right now, there's so many things happening, but and there's so many Zoom meetings happening that we get Zoom fatigue. And so that's just my encouragement. Just find ways to to shorten it, to make it focused, and make it work in that. It's not about time, it's about quality. That's really, I think, the thing with that. So, okay, cool. So, any more questions here? Let me know in the comments. Um, you know, I'm, no one has asked me about my hair tips yet. I don't know why on that one. So that's a joke, by the way, just so you know. Well, we have a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline, and one of them is actually here right now. That's our Christmas music workshop. We this past semester we launched our workshops. So what it is a focus time where, again, the word focus, where we teach one specific skill or kind of a set of skills with something. So we did our scales workshop, and we had several students just start learning scales. That's a challenging thing to learn on piano. Um, and it takes time, and yet our students got a big jump start on that, so that as they continued to practice, they knew the pattern, they knew the method for how to do it. And that was a really good one. We had our chords workshop. Lisa Carter taught that one, and it went really well. That's kind of what I was doing here, playing a song with chords. This was a little bit more advanced than what she was teaching, so don't worry about that. We're going to offer these again, some of these in the spring, and we had another one too. It was the art of listening. So parents, I know you guys want your kids to listen. No, it's the art of listening to music. And so it's just a great little introduction to how to listen to classical music, which is a really hard thing to do. But Darby, our other teacher, she did an amazing job with that one. So I highly encourage you to just look for those in the spring. But we do have one going on right now, and that's our Christmas music workshop. And the way we set it up to start in November, and it was one song per week for 4 weeks. Well, now you're like, well, Christmas is in like a week and a half. So don't worry, we're going to speed it up for you. So the delivery happens not just once a week, it's going to happen several times a week. And so there's still plenty of time. If you want to sign up, go to our website, go under piano and guitar instruction workshops, and it's right there, Christmas music workshop. Super affordable. It comes with the music that are mine and Lisa's arrangements of it, and then we have videos that teach you how to play them. And we have different levels. So we have, for piano, there's beginning, intermediate, and advanced. No matter where you are, you can have fun doing this. And then we also have guitar videos as well on how to play it on guitar. All right. Well, I see no more questions in our comments here. So, but if there is, let me know. I'd be happy to answer. And I know you're all open up another browser window looking up Burrito Sabanero, but I'm going to play one more song for you, and then we'll say goodnight here. So this is a wonderful one. It's called the Christmas song, and you probably don't know it by that title. It's the Chestnuts Roasting Over the Open Fire one. It's actually I don't know how the name came about, but it's Mel Torme, of all people, written in 1946. All right, here we go. Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much for joining me tonight, and thanks for being a part of our studio. We love serving you and interacting with you on a regular basis. We love serving your kids and helping them succeed in music, and hopefully your home is filled with wonderful, wonderful sounds. So have a Merry Christmas if I don't get to talk to you before then, and have a great night. Good night.